Hey everyone, right now we are joined by IMAG Brown of the Swaliga Foundation to talk a little bit about what he is doing to help students here in the DMV learn more about STEM and get them interested in it. IMAG, thanks so much for joining us. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing? We know you had an event recently in Southeast Washington. How did that go, and what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was super lit. We did the Steam the Block party, our 10th annual at Gateway, DC. Intentionally had it in Southeast. A lot of our young people, a lot of the schools that we work with are there in Ward 8. And it was an amazing day. We had live entertainment, some of the best artists in the city, go-go bands, T.O.B., UCB. I performed as well. And then we also had games, prizes, food, but most importantly, STEAM activations, hands-on learning where students got a chance to check out some of these different industries, everything from AI to robotics to drones to quantum computing, a lot of cool things that we have for them there to check out.
And how did you get involved with wanting to help students who may not have this access to learn more about STEM? What motivated you?
Yeah, for me, it was necessity. I'm a music artist. I just wanted to make music, make beats, I rap. But what happened was after I graduated high school, I went to Drexel University and got a degree in architectural engineering. Now, while I realized that I didn't want to be a traditional engineer, when I came back to my hometown, DC, I saw the gaps where they were talking about a lot of students that looked like me were doing bad in math and science specifically. And then if you look at the United States across the country compared to other countries, they do the PISA, the International Student Assessment. We're like mid at best in terms of math and science. And I realized that one of the things that helped me finish engineering school was music and the arts. So seeing that, you know, there was a lot of talk about STEM, but a lot of people weren't including the arts. I put the A into STEM and created the first ever STEAM curriculum that uses hip hop and other creative art forms to teach physics, applied science, a lot of these higher level math things that the students were interested in, you know, and this started in the studio, Clubhouse 14, Ben and Road, Boys and Girls Club. Teens were coming in, they wanted to learn how to make beats and rap. And I was like, cool, we'll do that. But I explained how it connected to calculus and physics and some of the other things that they needed to know.
Wow, I love that. You put the arts in STEAM.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome.
Absolutely.
So now I have to ask if you could drop some bars. Like, what are we rapping about?
Well, let's get to the point of the matter. Yes, we are made up of atoms, though clearly we're not the same. Yeah, I'm cut from a different strain, and you could tell by the way we shine. My people been shining for so long. With all of that negative energy, I could tell that you ain't got enough protons in the middle of your core, so I'm gone. Yeah, I'ma say dudes, but to find more atoms like me, make them all look cute. We be tight like glue with my neutrons too. Hold it together, yeah, me and my crew. Swaliga, baby, been putting the set on. Chemical bond like we sharing electrons. Worldwide till you get the perception. We get, then you ain't ever met one. Like me, and I'm made of lightning. Likely it was hard describing, so most of the time, look, I don't even try.
Whoa, I was not expecting that. That is really good. I feel like Sway right now. You know, I just got some bars in the studio.
Definitely got some bars.
Let's get round of applause. I love it. That's awesome. And so, you know, kids are really drawn to that. You know, nowadays, a lot of kids really love music, and maybe that's one of the only ways to reach them. So what has the response been like? Where have you been posting your content?
Yeah, the response has been enormous. I think what we have to realize is that the young people have their own language, and music is that language. In this case, hip hop is its own language, the way we talk, the way we move. And a lot of these things have to be translated for them to grasp it. And the response has been amazing. I mean, you get a lot of students that don't do well in traditional school, but when they come to our program at Swaliga, they're like, yo, I love this. And their parents are super excited because they're seeing their kid for the first time get excited about something that's academic or related to math and science. So the response has been amazing, and that's been really the driving force. Like once I saw these teens coming in the studio, and then they're bringing their friends, and now they're talking about it. And these are programs that are optional. Like this isn't regular school. They don't have to be there. So them showing up and taking ownership was like signal enough for me, like we have to keep doing this. So I've been putting out STEAM hip hop albums. I created this new subgenre of hip hop that's dedicated to teaching higher level math and science with bars. You know, the songs about atoms, songs about rotational motion, songs about my most recent project, Book of Nature, Steam the Block Book of Nature. So you can basically learn all about natural science by just listening to the album. And it's packed with vocabulary, it's packed with things that they need to know. And I think that's so important because when you talk about the power of music and the power of the arts and how it affects our mood, our emotions, and even our outlook, it's something that I really want these young people to take in and to grasp and take to the next level.
That's beautiful. And so do you have a brick and mortar, a place where they can go? Where are we located right now?
Well, right now, we're mostly in schools. We go directly to them. One of the new things we're trying out this year, we're actually taking over an advanced physics classroom at Roosevelt High School in DC once a week.
Oh, wow.
So this is a new format that we're trying out. But we also, we do have a lot of partners that we work with to hold space. But right now we're going directly to the students. And we do have a lot of content online, on YouTube that people can access, of course. But right now, that's been the main thing, is just making sure that we make it easily accessible for them.
Oh, that's beautiful. YouTube is great. People love YouTube. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to show this to my little baby.
Yes.
So he can learn about STEAM and
Yes.
STEM through music. That's great. And so how many years ago did you start doing this?
Wow. I started this in 2012. So this is our 13th year, Swaliga Foundation. And it's been a labor of love. I literally graduated Drexel University, came back to DC, and we hit the ground running. And it's been growing so organically, like it started with just, okay, like this is something that can get kids interested and excited. But now, fast forward to today, we've partnered with 10 schools across DC where we're doing after school and in school programming. We also have cultural exchange programs. We've been taking students to places like South Africa and India. And now we even have STEAM clubs in 5 other countries, mostly on the continent, where we're connecting them globally because we understand the globalization of our society and where technology is taking us. Our young people have to be global minded and they have to be connected, not just through Instagram or social media, but like connecting with real people and working on real solutions. So that's been something that has happened organically, and it's now created new opportunities for our students. And then we also do a lot of free community events like the Steam the Block party that we were just talking about earlier.
Beautiful. And so how did you come up with the name Swaliga?
That's a much longer story. We'll probably have to tell you about that later. But the important thing, so when I was in college, when I was in Drexel, I struggled, and I'm not shy about talking about how difficult it was to finish engineering school, right? And me going from, being like an A student in high school to now being dropped in university, it was difficult. Academic probation, I was off task, throwing parties, all types of things. But fast forward, I got into, let's just say, a little bit of trouble with the law, and I found myself talking to someone who spoke into my life. I was at the courthouse. This person basically was like, you should be doing more, you're a leader, you should be helping other people, and I'll never forget it. He said, you're supposed to be shepherding an organization to help your peers find their purpose. And that stuck with me. That was 4/20/2011. Fast forward, I went to the island of St. Maarten, and that's where I learned a lot about the original tribal language before it was colonized, and they used to refer to it as Swaliga, and it speaks to the passion of the people. And I knew that whatever I did, I had to include the arts because that's what saved my life, essentially. And the passion that comes from doing something creative or doing something that you love, I wanted to give that to students and specifically give that to them through STEM and creating STEAM. So that's where the name came from. And then, of course, it sounds cool. It definitely resonated with the young people. But that's been, going since then.
Great. And so real quick, tell us a little bit about some of the events you have coming up. How can people find you?
Absolutely. So we're actually doing our next Steam the Block party in Houston during Afrotech Week. Super excited about that. So we'll be out in H-Town if you're in Texas. And then I'll be traveling back to Africa in November. So we're doing some events in South Africa with our partners out there. Super excited. The G20 is coming up in South Africa, in Johannesburg as well. And then we'll be going to Ghana. And we're opening a new STEAM center in Ghana. Shout out to Tonkwa, the village over there by Cape Coast. State-of-the-art STEAM center that's gonna serve that region of young people. So we're super excited about that. And all of this is a part of our Free STEAM campaign. Like, I'm very proud to say the Swaliga Foundation has not charged any of our youth and families for our programs or our services. That's been something we've been very intentional about, because it's about access, right? So this year we're peeling back the curtain a little bit to show people, like, this is how we're able to do that, but we do need support. Like, that's what makes all of this possible. And on December 12th, I'll actually be taking the world freestyle record. I'm a freestyle champion.
What?
And this is in congruence with the Free STEAM campaign. So we'll be raising money for Swaliga Foundation. Proceeds go towards providing free STEAM programs for youth, especially right here in DC, in the nation's capital.
Great. And so is there a website that people can go to learn more?
Thank you. Yes, so swaligafoundation.org, SWALIGA. You can get all of the information about the events that I mentioned, learn more about the organization, and donate. You can see how you can contribute and know for sure that your money goes directly towards our free STEAM programs. People can also connect with us on social media at Tribe Swaliga, and can connect with me at Mr. Image Music.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add? Very exciting. Love the work that you're doing. I'm wishing you all the best. And it sounds like the kids are really going to take something from this. What else would you like to add, if anything? Maybe shout out some of the schools you went to here in DC.
Yeah, no, shout out to all of our students. It's probably too many schools to name, but I know that they're going to watch this, they're going to see this, and this is something that we do as a tribe, all of our STEAM clubs. So I'm going to get you to say this with me. We say, Swaliga, baby. So I'm gonna say, if you
I feel like that's so NOLA.
It does have like a NOLA twist.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's funny. So I'm gonna say, if you rockin' with the tribe, say Swaliga, baby.
If you rockin' with the tribe, say Swaliga, baby.
No,
I really am not really good with the NOLA accent.
No, you don't even have to do it. Don't worry about the NOLA accent. All you're doing is saying Swaliga, baby. Okay. You got me?
Yeah.
We got this. All right. And if you rockin' with the tribe, say Swaliga, baby.
And if you rockin' with the tribe, say Swaliga, baby.
You got it.
See, I was even close. I feel like you have such a NOLA accent with that. I feel like we almost went with the beat there for a second, the NOLA beats. Okay, anyways, thank you so much for joining us, Lamont. Really appreciate it.